welcome to the first semi-final contest. So this is among Good Shepherd RCJHS, Our Lady of Peace, and Bishop Bowers School. So I will let the contestants introduce themselves. We start with Good Shepherd RCJHS.
Ejei Sechi Amabafwa, final year.
Nyamichanana Kusia Kabwa, final year.
Okay, Our Lady of Peace.
My father Abdul Nasser, Our Lady of Peace Junior High School, Bimbila.
Isa Abu Said, Our Lady of Peace JHS, Bimbila.
Okay. And Bishop Bowers School.
Amy Diana from Bishop Bowers School in Greater Accra Region.
Pejoting Mensa from Bishop Bowers School, Greater Accra Region.
So you're all welcome and all the best in the contest. So we start with the first round. Are you ready, contestants? Okay. So we start with the first half of the first round. So you'd have problems from physics, chemistry, biology, agricultural science. You're going to have a maximum of 15 seconds for short answer problems, 20 seconds for short explanatory answers, and 35 seconds for calculation and then other explanatory answers. You're going to have the problems posed to all the schools. When you have the answer, you press your bell, you wait to be called, and then you give your answer. If you are called and you stall, we move to your opponent to give us the answer. A maximum point is 3 points. Let's test the bell so you know they are working. So Good Shepherd RCJHS, Our Lady of Peace, and Bishop Bowers School. Okay. Okay. So to clarify, I would want all of you to try and press the bell at the same time. The bells are in series. So when one school presses, until you release it, another school will not be heard. So you would need to, so I want you to practice. Let's press and then see. So did we get that? We had just one bell, even though the three of you were pressing at the same time. So that means whoever was the first to press is what we'll hear. Please, is that okay? Are we all clear? Okay. So press and hold when you are called, and then you give your answer. Are we ready to start? Okay. First question, biology calculation. So you have 35 seconds. The 10% rule of energy transfer suggests that only 10% of the total energy in one feeding level of a food chain is passed on or transferred to the next level of feeders in the chain. If 250 joules of energy from the sun is absorbed into a certain plant species in a particular period, calculate the amount of energy that will be lost to a lion that preys on an antelope which has fed on this plant.
Bishop Bowers.
2.5 joules.
No.
25 joules.
No.
Good Shepherd.
Good Shepherd.
22.5 joules.
That's correct. Next question, biology explanation. So you have 35 seconds. The vena cava is the largest vein in the human body and is responsible for returning of deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body to the right side of the heart. What is the difference between the inferior and the superior?
Good shepherd.
The inferior vena cava sends deoxygenated blood to the lungs, while the superior vena cava sends deoxygenated blood to the lungs in smaller quantity.
No.
Bishop Barrett.
The inferior vena cava transports deoxygenated blood from the lower part of the body to the right side of the heart, but the superior vena cava transfers deoxygenated blood from the upper side of the body to the right side of the heart.
That's correct. Next question. So chemistry short answer. So you have 15 seconds. A radical is a group of atoms existing together as a charged unit. What is the IPAC name of the radical SO42 minus?
Good shepherd.
Good Shepherd. Good Shepherd.
Our Lady.
Our Lady.
Tetraoxosulfate 6 ion.
That's correct. Chemistry reaction, 35 seconds. Acid rain is rainwater containing elevated levels of hydrogen ion. This is caused by the dissolving of gas such as sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide in the atmosphere by rainwater. Acid rain has the tendency to destroy marble walls of houses by dissolving the limestone in the marble. Write a balanced chemical equation for the reaction between the marble and nitric acid.
Good shepherd.
CaCO3 plus HNO subscript 3 going into Ca open bracket NO subscript 3 close bracket subscript 2 plus CO2 plus H2O.
No.
Our Lady.
2NO3 plus 2HNO3 plus CaCO3 for the reaction Ca bracket open NO3 bracket close subscript 2 plus CO2 plus H2O.
That's correct. Next question, chemistry reaction. 35 seconds. One of the ways of breaking the hardness of water is the addition of sodium hydrogen carbonate, also known as washing soda. The washing soda breaks the hardness of the water by the reaction with the calcium ions to form insoluble calcium carbonate and sodium ion. The insoluble calcium carbonate solid particles are then filtered off. Write a balanced chemical equation for this process. So the washing soda is Na2CO3. So Na subscript to CO3.
Good shepherd.
Na subscript 2 CO subscript 3 plus Ca going into CaCO subscript 3 plus 2Na.
No.
Our Lady.
Na2CO3 plus Ca going into CaCO3 plus 2Na.
No.
Time up. Time up.
Time up. Okay, so I mean, with the reaction, you had it right, but we are looking at the ions. So you were supposed to have mentioned the charges on the ions. So Ca2 plus, and then you form the 2Na plus. So you were to mention the charges. Okay. Chemistry short answer, 15 seconds. In the reaction of acids with active metals, you'd have hydrogen gas being liberated. What is the IPAC name of the salts produced by the reaction of aluminium metal with trioxonitrate 5 acid?
Our Lady.
Sodium trioxonitrate 5.
No.
Good Shepherd.
Aluminium trioxonitrate 5 salts.
Okay, that. No, okay, no.
Bishop Barry.
Aluminium trioxonitrate 5.
Okay, so that's correct. So we don't call them. So, okay, we don't call them salts. We said the IPAC name, so you don't add salt. Chemistry short answer, so you have 30. So chemistry reaction, you have 35 seconds. To obtain the ions of a metal in solution, the metal of interest may be dissolved in a concentrated acid to obtain a soluble salt of that metal. Copper metal was dissolved in concentrated sulfuric acid to obtain a soluble copper sulfate salt. Write a balanced chemical equation for this reaction.
Our Lady.
Cu plus H2SO4 forward reaction CuSO4 plus H2.
That's correct. Now to the final question. So you have agricultural science explanation. You have 35 seconds. Mulching is the act of covering the soil with mulches, such as bark, wood chips, leaves, and other organic material, in order to preserve moisture and to improve the condition of the soil. Apart from the addition of humus to the soil when the mulch decays, it has also been observed that mulching helps in controlling weeds. How is this achieved?
Our Lady.
When mulches are used to cover the soil, even though they conserve water, but they prevent the direct sunlight from the ground, which is needed by the grass for growth.
I didn't really hear you.
When the mulches are used to cover the surface of the soil, it covers the surface of the grasses. Hence, sunlight cannot get to it, so it decay and prevent it from growth.
Okay, so that's correct. So that brings us to the end of the first half. So we move to the second half. Okay, so this is the second half. This is the practical activity. We are doing BMI, so I would kindly need a teacher each to volunteer from the school. So one teacher from Good Shepherd, one teacher from Our Lady of Peace, and then one teacher from Bishop Bowers. Please, we don't want very, very tall teachers because we are using an improvised stadiometer. Please, the teachers can come up. Kindly come up stage. Thank you. So we are doing body mass index, and it's a measure of weight adjusted for height, calculated as weight in kilograms divided by the square of the height in meters. So you have the unit of BMI being in kilogram per meter squared. Although BMI is often considered an indicator of body fatness, it is a surrogate measure of body fat because it measures excess weight rather than excess fat. Despite this fact, studies have shown that BMI is correlated to more direct measures of body fat, such as underwater weighing and the dual energy X-ray absorptiometry. BMI is a simple, inexpensive, and non-invasive surrogate measure of body fat. And in contrast to other methods, BMI relies solely on height and weight. And with access to the proper equipment, individuals can have their BMI routinely measured and calculated with reasonable accuracy. So we have underweight being BMI less than 18.5, normal between 18.5 and 24, overweight between 25 and 29.9, and obese being above 30. So the contestants are being provided with your 3 test subjects. And as a Brain Battle Quiz junior scientist, you are required to apply your knowledge of measurement to determine the BMI of each test subject by carrying out the right measurements of the appropriate physical quantities. Please make sure you record all your measurements. I'm saying again, please record all your measurements and show all your calculations before you state your final conclusions on the BMI. You are going to be provided with a weighing scale and an improvised stadiometer with height markings on a selected background. You are going to be given a ruler for marking of the level of the person's height. At the end of it, you would let us know what you think about the individuals. So A, B, and C. We are going to ask the teachers to mention their names, and then we'll label them as that. So you get their names, and then you write that their BMI by the names. Are we okay? Is it understood? Okay. Can I please get a third teacher's name? So we are going to give each school a few minutes to take the biometric measurements, and then their time starts for the calculation.
One minute, 30 seconds more. One minute more. Forty-five seconds more. 30 seconds more. Fifteen seconds more. Time is up. Our Lady, you have 1 minute, 30 seconds more. Bishop Bowers, you have 4 more minutes. Our Lady, you have 1 more minute. Bishop Bowers, you have 3 minutes to submit your work. Bishop Bowers, you have 2 more minutes. And Our Lady, you have 4 more minutes to submit your work. Good Shepherd, you have 1 minute more to complete your readings.
Contestants, you can sit down and do the calculation.
Good Shepherd, your 5 minutes starts now. Bishop Bowers, you have 1 more minute to go. Our Lady, you have 2 more minutes. Thirty more seconds for Bishop Bowers. Good Shepherd, you have 4 more minutes. And then please submit your papers now. Stop work, Bishop Bowers. Our Lady, you have 1 minute, 30 seconds more. Good Shepherd, you have 3 more minutes. Our Lady, you have 30 more seconds. Good Shepherd, 2 minutes, 20 seconds more. Our Lady, stop work. Submit your papers now. Stop all calculations and submit your papers. Good Shepherd, you have 1 minute, 30 seconds more. One minute more, Good Shepherd. Thirty seconds more, Good Shepherd. Good Shepherd, please stop work and submit your papers now.
Thank you. weren't able to answer it at all. They were completely lost. And this is a forum to learn. It's not mainly just about the competition, but because we want everybody to go home with something. So we repeated the BMI so that everybody knows how to do it, because it's something that you would come across, its use in everyday life. Okay, so we're supposed to get the height, the weight. Then now you just do the weight. You get your height in centimeters, you convert to meters, and then you have your weight over your height in meters squared. That is for the height, but your weight in kilograms. So that's the concept. Then now when you get the value, it helps you know whether the person is underweight, overweight, obese, or normal, based on what you get. Okay. So all the schools were able to get, they were able to do the conversion to meters, but I think it was the calculation, you were not able to finish the calculation. No one was able to finish the calculation. And even those that finished, the values were so different from what we had. And we all measured at the same time. So, around the same time. So we know that the values are supposed to be around each other. So if you got any value that was too vast from what we had, we gave some plus or minus 0.05 for each of the values. But once it went way above that, you didn't get the score for that. So Good Shepherd RCGHS had 6 points for at least getting the weight and then the heights correct. Our Lady of Peace had 5 points. They missed one of the heights. And then Bishop Bowers also had 6 points for getting the calculations right. Okay, so at the end of the round, Good Shepherd School had 9 points. Please put your hands together. Bishop Bowers had 12 points. And Our Lady of Peace had 17 points. So now for the substitutions. So for Good Shepherd, Okay, so for the substitutions, for Good Shepherd, we have Amma going out and God coming in. And for Bishop Bowers, we have Oting going out and Josh coming in. A 2 minutes break for the coaches, yes. Contestants, are you ready? Can the substitutes kindly introduce themselves and then we'll move on. You set up your laptops. When you're ready, you let me know. So that the substitutes will introduce themselves. No, you can tell me.
Well, saying God by final year.
Okay. Then Bishop Bowers.
Joshua Samsaki, Bishop Hours, Greater Courage.
Okay, so you're welcome and all the best. Before we move to the second round, how has the contest been so far? Good Shepherd.
No comments.
Since it's not being displayed, you can actually use it though. Whose Wi-Fi is on?
Or what do you want to tell us? Is there anything that you want to tell us?
Okay. Okay, someone's over here. I'm not done there. Okay. You're not done with the contest and we can still come back.
Pardon?
You're not done with the contest and we can still come back. So we still
You are
have
not. We are not done with the contest. Okay. So you are still hopeful. We are all very hopeful. Okay, Our Lady of Peace.
So should I just go no further comments?
Hey, Our Lady of Peace.
You don't
Yes.
want to-
Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, we see this quiz as a normal quiz. We have been doing quizzes, and this is one of them, so it is just normal.
Nobody. Did anybody hear him? No.
Okay, I said it is a normal quiz. We have been doing quizzes, and this is just one of them, so we take it to be a normal quiz.
You are taking it to be a normal quiz. Vim. Okay. Bishop Bauer School.
To just like,
Even for the answer.
so I don't have anything to say, like, for real.
See no further comment.
Wait, serious. No further comments.
No further comments. Okay. Okay, so I just want you to all know that you are winners. Because not everybody can do what you are doing. You have come this far. And so look at your schools. You have been selected to represent your schools. That means a lot. So you are all winners. Every single one of you. All the contestants that are here. So I don't want anybody to lose faith. It's a contest, so there'll definitely be only one winner. But I want you to know that within yourselves, you are all winners. So let's be encouraged. Okay? Are we okay? Is everybody's laptop on? Is working?
Hello.
Okay, so I would call on the coding experts because we are starting with the coding.
Thank you. My name is Triumph Tete, and I will be conducting this little small section. Good Shepherd, Our Lady of Peace, and Bishop Bowers. Kindly make sure your laptop is on. Give me a thumbs up if it's on. Okay. Open your IDE. There's a software on it called Thonny, Chonny. Give me a thumbs up if you've opened it. Okay. Now create a file and make sure it's saved, because in order to run your code, the file has to be saved. And I don't want you to lose time because you are now saving it. So just go to File, Save As, give it a name, and save it on the desktop. So in that file, that's where you'll be writing your program. Okay. Give me a thumbs up once you've saved your file and you're good to go. Awesome. Okay. Each question is 3 minutes. Okay. Each question is 3 minutes. A full point is 3 points. A good answer or an incomplete answer, but good, will give you 1 point, okay? You are at liberty to not use your laptop if you can give me the answer straight from your head, which will save you a lot of time, okay? Okay, so let's begin. First, so the first question will go to Bishop Herman. I believe we had a little session, but let me just take how you should approach it again. Okay, sorry.
Bishop Herman.
Forgive. Okay, so let me give a summary of this round. I'll ask you a question to create a program. It will usually sound like write a program, create a program, write a program, right? You then have to write the program and describe the program to me, as in the syntax. Help me see what you've created, but also understand it as well. So clarity is very, very key, and you understanding what you have done. As I said earlier, you being able to just tell me how the syntax should look like and what it means without even writing the syntax to be sure definitely saves you time, so you can take advantage of that approach. Okay. So we are starting with Good Shepherd, right? Bishop Bowers School. Okay. So we're starting with Bishop Bowers. So Bishop Bowers, here is your question. Write a program to check if a number is a prime number. Write a program to check if a number is a prime number. Go.
Okay, what do you have in mind?
One minute, 30 seconds more.
Adida. So this is. Okay, you can provide the answer.
So an input function is used. A variable named number is typed and written and is assigned a value using the input function for the user to key in any number of his choice. Okay, no choice. Then on the next, continue using the if condition, saying that the number should only be divisible by 1. Okay, and a colon is used, and then the enter key is pressed. It will print function with parentheses. Will print a string saying this is a prime number, else with a colon saying, also printing with parentheses and quotes with a string saying this is not a prime number.
Okay. I'll give you one, okay, for an attempt. There you go. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. Okay. Good Shepherd. Write a program to count the number of vowels in a string. Write a program to count the number of vowels in a string. Start work. Two more minutes. A minute more. Thirty seconds more. Okay, time up. Time up. Okay. So let me give you an idea how you could have approached the question. Okay. There are two ways you could have done it. The shortest way and the very long way. But even the very long way, if you had given to me, I would have known the journey you were on. So the short approach would be to create a variable, right, which can be vowels, and then in that variable you would put in a string. The string should be A, E, I, O, U, right? In both capital letters and what? Small letters. So you have A, E, I, O, U. Okay. Good Shepherd, do you have the answer? Okay, then take it. Please, once you solve the question or once you have the answer, just give it to me, okay? Okay, so I'm listening.
Okay. Okay. You create a variable. Okay.
Please speak into the microphone. Yeah.
We first created a variable and we assigned the vowels A, E, I, O, U to the variable. Then we created another variable. Then we assigned an input function to it. Then the next line we wrote import count. Then the next line we created another variable and we assigned str dash string dot v dot count to it. Then the last line we printed L.
Take it again. Start again.
Okay, so the first line we assigned the vowels A, E, I, O, and U to a variable. Then the next line we also assign an input function to another variable labeled S. Then the next line we imported count. Then the next line we assigned str, that's string. Str.
What's the count doing over there?
You say?
Asking, what's the count going to provide for you?
To count the number of vowels.
Okay.
Then the next line we assign, okay, that's str.v.count to.
You said that the count will count the number of what?
Vowels.
Is the count a variable?
No. The variable is, we labeled it as L.
Okay. So is the count a function?
Yes.
And what parameter did you put in that function?
You say?
What parameter did you put in the function? The count function. That you are saying the count is a function. Okay. Sorry, I cannot give you that. That's point. So 0. Okay, please, let's note. Okay, this one I favored you because I got the message that you weren't sure of how this thing was working. The answer you provide should be in the 3 minutes. You don't provide the answer after the 3 minutes. Once you have the answer, give me the answer within the 3 minutes. Please, you understand? Okay, let's go on. So they didn't get any points for that. Our lady, yeah. Okay, so now it's a turn of Our Lady of Peace. Okay. Our Lady of Peace. Okay, write a program to find the largest element in a list. Write a program to find the largest element in a list. Go.
You first create a variable.
Okay, I'm listening.
You first create a variable.
I can't hear you.
You first create a variable. Let's say list 1.
Okay, I need to hear what you're saying, else I won't know.
You first of all create a variable. Let's say list. So list equals, let's say, okay, list equals.
What
Okay.
equals?
Okay, you
List.
first create a variable.
Okay.
Say list one, and use the assignment operator.
List one. Okay.
Use the
Okay.
assignment operator. You now bring square brackets, and in quotation marks. And in quotation marks, you list the, let's say, fruits. So you can have apple in quotation marks, comma, pineapple in quotation marks, and others. You now come to the
To be
print
frank,
function.
I can't hear. I really can't hear you.
You first create a variable, say A, and use the assignment operator. That's equal. So you now use it, assignment operator. You now bring the square brackets, and you put in your items, your parameters. Say in brackets apple, in quotation marks apples, comma, in quotation marks fruits and others. You now come down to the next line. You bring the print statement. So you have print bracket open list dot max. Open a bracket, close the bracket, and close the total thing, and you now run to see.
Okay, I'll give it to you. 2 points. I gave it to them because they knew the exact function to use. That was the main reason why I gave it to you. Not everything was correct, but the main thing was the function that you called. Okay. Okay, so we are going back to Bishop Bowers. Okay, Bishop Bowers, please take this one home, okay. Write a program to convert a string to lowercase. Write a program to convert a string to lowercase. Start. This is string. Two minutes more. Okay, let's go. Say it.
So a variable was created. We could say name. A variable created called name. We assign a value of John Kwaku or something in a string format, in a string type. Then we move to the next line and we use the print function.
Wait, take that again. What you said before the print function.
A variable was created with name, called name. We assign the value John Kwaku. It's a string format, but it's all in caps.
Go on.
Then we move to the next line and we use the print function with the parenthesis, and in the parenthesis it had name dot lower.
Correct.
It's not working.
Okay, so let me just give this advice. Okay. There is, for every question, or for the question I'm giving, there is a main part of the question, right? Right? You can tell. So don't spend time.
It's this.
Okay, please have been advised. So let me continue. Okay, so Good Shepherd. Let's move. Good Shepherd, write a program to find the area of a triangle given its base and height. Write a program to find the area of a triangle given its base and height. Two more minutes. You are ready? Go.
So, firstly, we created a function named area triangle, and then we assigned the letters that we would use in a bracket. Then we brought a colon. On the next line, we assigned a variable area to the formula for the calculation of the area of a triangle. On the next line, we asked the user we printed the variable, which is area. Then on the next line, we asked the user to input the value for the base. Then on the next line, value for the height. And when we were done, we called out the function again.
Did you give me the syntax for the area of the triangle?
It was area is equal to open brackets b times h close brackets divided by 2.
Okay. Correct. Okay, so last question for this round. Our Lady of Peace. Write a program to swap the values of two variables. Start.
first of all, we created a variable. We created a variable A.
Okay,
and
please speak out.
We created a variable A and assigned it to apple. And we created another variable B and assigned it to mango in string forms. We now brought the print statement. So we had print bracket open A dot swap bracket open B, and we close the bracket again.
Take it again. Take it again.
We created two variables A and B and assigned apple and mango to it in string forms. We now brought the print statement. So print bracket open A dot swap case bracket open B. We close the bracket twice.
Okay. I'll give it to you.
Okay, so we move to the second part of the second round. The laptop. Please, can we take the laptops back?
I'll see.
Can I? All right.
Contestants, are you ready? So we move on to the math top-up questions. The toss-up questions. Long work and then short work problems. Your long work problems, you are given 35 seconds within which to answer the question. And for the short work, you are given 15 seconds. First question. Long work, so you have 35 seconds. Mariners have to use a compass to help them traverse a particular course and to determine locations since there are no landmarks on sea to tell them where they are headed for. The compass always tells them where's north, hence where other directions are. Two captains move their ships from the same port. One travels due north 7 kilometers, whilst another travels due west 24 kilometers. What is the shortest distance between them?
Bishop Bowers.
25 kilometers.
That's correct. Next question, short work. Walking briskly for at least 30 minutes has been known to improve one's cardiovascular health. It reduces body fat, heart disease, and stroke. It even strengthens bone and muscles, among many others. A doctor has advised Joanna to take a 30-minute walk daily. If she covers 1.8 kilometers in half an hour in her neighborhood, how fast in meters per second does she walk?
Our Lady.
0.36 kilometers per hour.
Please speak up.
0.36 kilometers per hour.
No.
Time up. The time was up. Short wake. Short wake. The time was up.
Okay, so it's 1 meter per second. Long answer. Mathematics is truly all around us. Almost everything we can think of has some aspect of mathematics within it. Architecture is no exception. Architects depend on geometrical principles to determine the shapes, beauty, and spatial forms of buildings. James has to build a 54 cubic meter cuboid shaped swimming pool for a school. The length of the pool is twice the width, and its height is 1/16 of the length. Find its length.
Our Lady.
2.7 centimeters.
No.
Time.
So 12 meters. Next question, short work. Probability theory deals with the analysis of random events. Events such as tossing a coin usually are very important decision processes. For example, in a football match, the captains of both teams choose a side of the coin. The one who guesses rightly after the referee flips the coin selects which goal they defend. A coin is flipped once by a referee.
1/2.
Our Lady.
1/2.
No. A coin is flipped once by a referee before a football match. Find the probability that a head or tail shows up.
It's one.
Good Shepherd.
Good Shepherd.
1 out of 8.
No.
1 out of 1.
Bishop Bowers.
1 out of 1.
Pardon? I can't hear.
1.
Yes, that's correct. So please really speak into the mic. So do this, speak directly. Don't speak by the side. Directly into it so that I hear you. Long answer question. Distance is the interval between 2 points in space. It is the length between the starting and stopping point of a moving body. What distance is covered by the tip of a 7 centimeter long minute hand of a clock when it moves between 12:10 p.m. to 12:40 p.m. on the clock?
Good Shepherd.
210 meters.
Bishop Bowers.
22 centimeters.
That's correct. Next question, long answer. You have 35 seconds. Commissions are basically earnings from a sale. In particular, it is a percentage of an employee's sales. Commissions are given to motivate employees to be more productive and generate more sales for their company. Sarah's monthly salary is 4,500 Ghana cedis. Her company offers her a commission of 7% of her monthly salary whenever she meets her target. How much did she earn in June if she hit her target?
Ali.
4,815 Ghana cedis.
Please come again.
4,815. 4,815.
That's correct. The last question. Long work. Pythagoras' theorem was formulated in the 6th century BC. It states that in a right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. The area of a rectangular field is 40 meters squared. How long will it take Jeremiah to cross the field diagonally as he walks at the rate of 2.5 meters per second?
Time up.
Okay, so it's 4 seconds. And with that, we come to the end of the second half. Second part. So each school is going to be given a set of 8 questions. You'll be given 60 seconds to attempt as many questions as possible. I will read through the questions. If I am reading a question and you have the answer, you can give me the answer. If you do not have the answer, you can ask me to skip or move to the next question. Once I move to the next question, you cannot give me the answer to the previous question until I have read all the 8 questions and you have extra time. Once you have extra time, you can mention the question number and just give me the answer. Is that okay? So we start with the first school, Good Shepherd School. Are you ready? So, Good Shepherd, you can turn your sheets and your time starts now. Simplify x squared minus 1 or divide. If a is equal to 1 over 2, find 1 over 3a.
Skip.
Evaluate 144 to the power 1 over 2 plus the cube root of 125 minus
14.
That's correct. If x squared plus 3 squared is equal to 4 squared, find x to the power 4.
Skip.
How many prime numbers between 31 and 79 are perfect squares?
Skip.
A is a set. What is A union null set?
Skip.
Multiply 121 by 11.
1,331.
That's correct. Find R if minus 1 over R is equal to 7 over minus 6.
Time up.
R is equal to 16, negative 16 on 7.
No.
Time up.
So we have 2 out of 8. Okay, Our Lady of Peace, are you ready? You can turn your sheets. Your time starts now. Multiply 112 by 11.
Skip.
Find the whole numbers between 8 and 15 that are perfect squares.
Skip.
Evaluate 125 raised to the power half minus the cube root of minus 8 plus 4.
Skip.
Simplify x squared minus 4 all divided by 2 plus x.
Skip.
If h is equal to 1 over 3, find 1 over 3a.
1.
That's correct. If x squared minus 3 squared is equal to 4 squared, find x.
5.
That's correct. A is a set. What is A intersection A?
Skip.
Find h if 1 over minus h is equal to minus 5 over 2.
2 over 5.
That's correct.
1, 3, 2, 2 for 1.
See?
1, 2, 3, 2.
That's
Question
correct
1.
for question 1.
Time up.
And 9 for
Time up.
So 4 out of 8. Bishop Bowers, are you ready? You can turn your sheet and your time starts now. Evaluate 121 raised to the power half plus the cube root of 27 minus 15.
Negative 1.
That's correct. A is a set. What is A intersection now set?
Skip.
Simplify x squared minus 9 all divided by 3 plus x.
X minus 3.
That's correct. If x raised to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 2 is equal to 5 to the power 2, find 2x.
Skip.
Multiply 211 by 11.
Skip.
If k is equal to negative 1 over 2, find 1 over 2k.
Negative 1.
That's correct. Find the whole numbers between 10 and 23 that are perfect squares.
16.
That's correct. Find y if 1 over minus y is equal to 5 over minus 3.
Time up.
So 4 out of 8. And with that, we come to the end of the second round. 4 out of 8. 4 out of 8. Good Shepherd had 5 points. Please put your hands together for them. Our Lady of Peace had 13 points. And Bishop Bowers had 17 points. So for our substitutions, so for Good Shepherd, we have God going out and Clara coming in. God, thank you. And for Bishop Bowers, we have John going out and Otain coming in. John, thank you. Hi, Josh. Josh, I mean. Substitutes, please introduce themselves. Please, can we have silence? Thank you.
I'm Asante Clara Sewa, and I'm in final year.
Okay. You're welcome.
Could you all think Mensa Bishop Bowers, Greater Accra region?
Okay, so you're welcome back. So now we begin with the third round. Good Shepherd, your category.
Black scientist.
Black scientist. I am a black scientist. In 2015, my contributions were highlighted in the book Hidden Figures.
Our Lady.
Mary Jackson.
Please come again.
Mary Jackson. Mary Jackson.
No.
Shepherd.
Catherine Johnson.
That's correct. Okay, so Good Shepherd, your category.
Black scientist.
I conduct research in applied nuclear physics at Kumasi's Nuclear Research Laboratory.
Abba Andam.
That's correct. Your category.
Black scientist.
After my university education in the United Kingdom, I returned to my homeland, Ghana, and lectured.
Our Lady.
Dr. Letitia Oben.
That's correct. Your category.
Tech Bites.
Tech Bites. How do you add an element to the end of a list?
Our Lady.
You first define, let's say A equals, you put on the list. You know?
Speak up.
You use the dot append keyword. So you now have print, let's say equals, if the variable is m, so m dot append, you open your brackets and your brackets and put on the items you want to add to the list.
Okay, that's correct. I get you. Okay, so we'll pause here. There needs to be clarification from the coding expert, so please give us a minute.
Hello. So there was a point awarded to Good Shepherd. I believe that you answered this question. Write a program to swap the values of two variables, right? Who answered that question? Okay, was Our Lady. Okay, then sorry about that. Yes, so Our Lady. So let's take note, right? In swapping two variables, now the function that you used a swap function. Unfortunately, that function only exists in C++, not in Python, right? Because, I mean, we program in different languages. In my mind, I thought it was right in that moment, even though that's not the answer on the sheet, right? I'm listening and I'm trying to see if they are making sense. And he was making sense because he was using the swap function. And the swap function is right, but not in Python programming. In C++, you would get it right, but in Python, no. So for that question, who answered that question? Our Lady. That question is wrong. Thank you.
Hello, my dear brothers and sisters from Catholic institutions. We are on national television. Please behave. If you want clarity, please come out. If you want clarity, please come out. Otherwise, I'll be compelled to delete your school from the contest. I'm serious. If you don't behave, I will be compelled to take your school out of the contest. Ask the school that misbehaved last 2 years. I sacked them from the hall. This is Catholic school. We don't want any misbehavior. If you don't understand what we are saying, quietly come out and listen to the clarification. Please,
Our Lady of Peace, your next category.
Tech bites.
Tech bites. What is the difference between narrow AI and general AI?
Good Shepherd. Yeah.
The narrow AI is concerned with a particular type of information based on this training process, but the general AI covers plenty topics based on it and can perform so many human activities based on its training process.
Okay, so I'll give it to you. So, Good Shepherd, your category.
True or false?
True or false? A triangular prism is made up of 3 triangles and 2 rectangles.
Our Lady.
False.
That's correct. Your category.
True or false?
True or false? A semicircle is a sector with an angle of 210 degrees.
Bishop Barrett.
False.
That's correct. Your category.
True or false?
True or false? So to the last true or false question. Acceleration is an example of a base quantity.
Good Shepherd.
False. That's correct. Okay, so I'm changing the question. I'm changing it. So please cancel that score. I'm changing it. I am changing it because it was true and they said false and I said yes. So that is my mistake. So I'm changing it.
So read the question.
That true or false? You answered the question and then you gave the next, or it was you that gave the category. So what category?
True or false?
True or false. So the last true or false. Okay. The SI unit of power is joule.
Our Lady.
False.
Okay, that's correct. Your category.
Tech byte.
Pardon?
Tech byte.
Tech byte. So to the last tech bytes question. What are AI ethics and why are they important?
Shabare.
AI ethics refers to the behavior or rules and regulations that govern the use of AI, and they are important because they check or regulate the use of the AI.
I didn't hear.
AI ethics refers to the rules and regulations that govern the use of the artificial intelligence, and they are important because they help to check or regulate the use of the AI.
Okay, so no. No.
Good Shepherd.
AI ethics are the rules that govern the use of artificial intelligence models, and they are important because they help us to know how to use AI models in order to prevent errors in using those models.
No.
Time up.
Okay, so I mean, what I am looking for, you are looking at the moral and the societal implications of the AI technology. So we are dealing with issues like bias, privacy, all those things. That's why it's important. Okay. So now to the last, which is riddles.
Last what?
So first clue. I am the heaviest on the stable halogens. I'm the heaviest of the stable halogens.
Good Shepherd.
Do you know?
Bromine.
No. Okay, so stable halogens on the periodic table. Second clue. I exist as a semi-lustrous, non-metallic solid at standard conditions that melts to form a deep violet liquid at 114 degrees Celsius.
Our Lady.
Chlorine.
No. Being the heaviest essential mineral nutrient, I'm required for the synthesis of thyroid hormones.
Iodine.
That's correct. So 1 point. 1 point. So to the second riddle. First clue. I am a resilient and smooth type of connective tissue in tetrapods. Second clue. I function in covering and protecting the ends of long bones between the vertebra and as a structure component of many body parts, including the rib cage. Third clue. In some organisms, I may constitute a much greater portion of their skeleton. Fourth clue. I am not as hard and rigid.
Good shepherd.
Cartilage.
That's correct. So 1 point. Now to the third and final riddle. First clue. I am a measuring device that is usually but not always in the form of calipers. My body consists of a spindle, which is a very accurately machined screw.
Good shepherd.
Compass.
No. My body consists of a spindle, which is a very accurately machined screw, and the object to be measured is always placed between my spindle and anvil.
Our Lady.
Micrometer screw gauge.
That's correct. So they get 2 points. 2 points. So that brings us to the end of the round and the end of the contest. So you can take your seats. You can take your seats. Congratulations.
Conti. Power. Conti. Morale. Boys, here is science. Yes, Timora.
Where are my boys? Yes, as a one J. About them. But them. Continent. Later by the flag. Oh, so make a Obeana. So make a Obeana. So make a Obeana.
Hello. Please, the next quiz is about to start. If you are done eating...